What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work Knife Balance. We're going to be diving in a little bit further to a knife I've had for a couple days now, and I'm pretty excited to share it with you. So let's head to the top down. All right, so here we have the Caviso Mini Keen designed by Ray Laconico. This thing I've had in to the channel for a couple days now. This has come through the Lefty Pass Around group. I'm really excited to share this knife with you. Ray Laconico doesn't do anything crazy, but Ray Laconico, what he does do is makes amazing knives. They are just tuned well, their ergos are really good, they cut well, they perform well. They're just really nice knives. So they're designed really fantastic, and you can't really say that they aren't, because there's really nothing about this that I would say is functionally wrong. There are aesthetic choices or kind of design choices that one person may choose over another, but overall, if you were to poll 100 people, they'd probably say 95 to 99% of them are going to say this is a good knife and it's designed really well. You've got three different versions of this knife right here. You've got the green, there's also a blue and a black. This is an aluminum scaled knife with 14C28N steel. They do make a premium version of this knife as well, which is a titanium frame lock instead of the inset liner lock with S35VN. So you can get this Mini Keen in a couple different variations, which is kind of nice. All of them come with that just generic kind of open canvas styled knife. There's not much texturing to it. It does have a kind of a matte finish to it, or kind of like a bead blast finish to it, or a sand blast finish to it, or something like that. But it gives you just enough texture to know it's in your hand. It's not going to slip out, but not enough to really kind of ruin any of the aesthetics, and it feels really good in hand. We'll go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons to a couple common knives, as well as tip-to-tail measurements, and then we'll probably wrap it up there. But overall, tip-to-tail measurements, we're coming in just under 6.34, so we're looking at about 6.6 inches. The blade length, we're looking at about 2.8 with a cutting edge of about 2.75. So you've got a really nice compact knife there. For our side-by-side comparisons, we'll go ahead and pull out the Civivi Elementum. We can also get the tactile golf wall out here as well to give you two kind of smaller side-by-side comparisons. Very common EDC knives to go with as well. I want to go ahead and do another really popular one. We got the Rat 2 up top, and then we'll go ahead and start with some that are going to be a little bit larger. We've got the Kaiser Veritas down below, and then we'll get probably the NAFS Lander 2 up top. And then last but not least, we're going to finish with another Ray Laconico design. This is one of my more recent, very popular Ray Laconicos, the Civivi Sikoke. It's one of my favorite Ray Laconico designs that, I don't know, I got it last year. I don't know if it came out last year. I think it was a re-release of an older Sikoke version from Laconico. So, but I picked this one up from Civivi last year, and I really like the Sikoke on that one. So, yeah. With the inset liner lock, a couple of things that I would change on it is they do give you really good access to the, or they do give you access to the liner there, but I wish this was cut down just a little bit further. I fully understand why you don't, because if you cut down, then it creates kind of that gap on the backside for where your finger is going to rest in there. They give you just enough that you can get in here and actually access the liner lock as well. And then they jimped or kind of riveted that liner right there, so you get good grip on it as you're pushing it through. I love the fact that they did inset liner locks versus kind of a banding or a shadow for a liner. I'm looking around. I don't see any right off the top of my program right here. Let's see, like this. I do love that they did like an inset liner lock versus something like this where you see the liners through and through. I just think it creates a little bit cleaner look aesthetically, and it thins the knife out some too, because the liner is now resting in that scale versus being the thickness of the scale and then the thickness of the liner. So I really appreciate that. One thing I really like too is they didn't put a ton of banding. You have Laconico's name right at the top here for the designer. You've got the R Laconico on the spine, on the back edge of the spine right there. Other than that, there's really no banding at all. So I really, really appreciate that they did that. 14C28N steel for the blade steel is really nice. It brings a really good kind of premium budget, I would say, or high-end budget steel to this knife that you're not going to have to worry about. And the price point for the 14C28 with the aluminum coming in under $60 at $59 exact is pretty amazing. We will go ahead and put links to that down below. We did kind of talk about how there is a titanium version of this as well that's a frame lock, so you can get the mini in a titanium version. At least I think we talked about it. But you can get the mini in a titanium frame lock version with S35VN. That one's a little bit more expensive, obviously, with the titanium and the more premium steel in S35, but it still comes in just right around $100. So we'll go ahead and put links to those down below. The aluminum, just a reminder, comes in the green, blue, and black. The titanium comes with, I think, a raw tie, a bronze, and then maybe like a dark wash tie. I can't remember off the top of my head. So you'll have to follow the link to check that out. Those links do support our channel if they're Amazon links. If they're not, they're just for your own edification to find, follow, and learn about knives and do some cool stuff like that. I don't have much else to say, but I do want to thank you. If you've stuck around this long, you really like our channel, or at least you like this video. So we would ask, if you'd love to support the channel, just feel free to hit that subscribe button down below if you're not subscribed. It's a great way to support the channel, help us grow to be able to create more content, as well as heading over to Instagram and following us at WorkKnifeBalance939. With that, I'm going to leave it. So until next time, TTFN.